What's going on, everybody? It was a thought that was coming running through my mind for quite some time now, and I wanted to share it with you guys because it's it's really one of the reasons why I've been able to come from absolutely nothing, as you guys all know, inner city, uh, Birmingham, in the UK, struggled my way through pretty much everything, through the education system, through jobs, but always wanted to make something, of myself. And as you guys know, I failed my way through the education system. I failed my way through, certain jobs, but I always climbed up, to the top of the ranks in pretty much every single company and organization I worked with. And why? Because I wanted to prove everybody wrong. I wanted to prove that, people that come from nothing can actually go on and win in life and do something phenomenal. And it's one of the reasons why I created the Closest University, because I saw so many people struggling, but the people that had no money to invest in courses and programs and coaching, I was like, well, how are these guys ever gonna get a breakthrough? I saw people in third world countries who had the hunger, the desire, the work ethic, but lacked some of the skills, or maybe direction, the teachers, the mentors, and the coaches. And I just felt like it was a responsibility, upon myself to do something about it. I felt like, on the day of reckoning, now I'm a Muslim, and we really believe, like, for everything we do on this earth, we're going to be held accountable for, every single thing that we do, every single thing that we earn. What did we do with our money? What did we do with our time? And I don't want to be that person that could have helped but didn't help, or just felt like, oh no, that's not my business. And so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna help the people that need to be helped. Well, I'm gonna at least try and help them. And lo and behold, thank God, we launched the Closers University a couple of years ago, and we haven't been as active on there as possible because, again, life gets in the way as well. I agree with that as well, and there were certain things that I wanted to do for my family, my loved ones, other charities, and then I got busy with work as well. And we've managed to help thousands of people, at least come into the world of high ticket sales and earn their first dollar online, make the most income they've ever made. I've helped countless people, and so many people have gone on to help other people as well, and it's an amazing feeling. But one thing that I still see, and it's everywhere in the world, as in, people only acknowledge people that have either, how they say, real recognize real, or like, just because somebody doesn't have a big bank balance, or they haven't made it yet, like, how we only follow celebrities when they've really made it, or like people that are famous, and majority of the times we look up to people and we connect with people and we follow them and like their stuff and support what they're doing when they've made it. But who really follows people and helps people when they're right at the bottom, when they're right at the beginning? And this is something that I really wanted to break. And there's so many occasions where I used to see business owners, they used to be blunt. They used to be like, well, if they don't have the experience, we're not going to waste time with them. And it's understandable. But then who's going to give them that breakthrough? There's so many people that I've seen in the industry, thousands of people that have even gone and worked on themselves, paid for courses and coaching programs and mentorships, etc., but they still don't get that breakthrough because there's another excuse, as in, oh, you don't have the experience, oh, you don't have this and you don't have that, and you're too young, or you're too old, or whatever the excuses are. But there's so many people that are sidelined because they haven't really done anything. Everybody right now, and look, you can argue for and against, for business owners or whatever, for not giving, beginners a chance. Because look, let's be honest, it's business, and you lose money as well if people are not delivering on what you want them to deliver on. The businesses are going to suffer, and it's very hard for business owners to survive in this economy as well. So I don't really blame them, but you know what? I feel like I'm gonna take ownership on this, and I'm gonna upskill, you know, anybody and everybody that's looking to make a mark in the high ticket space, that wants to make their first dollar online, that wants to win. Because look, I was somebody that came from nothing. Somebody showed me the way, well, at least via an ad. But lo and behold, like, I've been involved. I've been fortunate and grateful to be involved, in the sales space, in the direct sales space, from a very young age, from the age of like, I could, as far as back as I can remember, seeing my dad, hustling in auctions and the car boot sales, and then from me, hustling as a young kid, in school, then as a teenager, and then growing up in all my sales jobs and all my jobs, and doing really well in it. So I've always been around sales. I can honestly say I've been around sales and direct sales for the better part of the last 30 plus years. It's crazy how time flies as well. And I want to be able to help. I know I can take someone from absolute beginner, as you guys seen in the Closers University community. There's hundreds, if not thousands, of people that I've introduced into the high ticket space, that have been introduced into the high ticket space from these very videos, and have gone on to make tens and thousands of dollars a month and multiple six figures a year. So look, I want to do this for you guys. Anyone that wants to change their life, that has a coachable attitude, that has a no excuse mindset, and really just wants to, change theirs and their family's lives, you have no excuse now. Because I am helping you guys get out of the rut that you're in. You are going to leverage all of my experience, my skill set, my frameworks. Because I've been doing it. I've been doing it umpteen times. I really wish I documented more of what I did, but hey ho, it is what it is. Man, I can give you so many stories, from Uber drivers to security guards to 9 to 5ers, average 9 to 5ers in all walks of life, that have gone on to win in the high ticket space, through our coaching and our mentorship and our opportunities, etc. And so what I'm going to be doing for you guys is, look, for all you guys that are not being noticed, I am working with absolute beginners, guys, absolute beginners. And you watch what I do. Watch me show the whole world that sales is an art that can be learnt. I don't care about your background. I don't care about your experience. You come into this space, you take into consideration and really get your heads around what I talk about, what I teach, the way I do things, and you just model this. You model this until it becomes your own. You watch the results you get. I've done it before, I'm going to do it again. But right now, I'm going to be doing it on a huge level, on a global level. And I'm going to show the world, when someone is trained and coached and developed with the right skill set, the right frameworks, they can come from absolute nothing into something. Now, there's so many people that are overlooked. If you feel like you're overlooked, you're not taken seriously, you need the direction, you need the help, you need the support, I promise you, grab a hold of the Closers University. Really get to grips with everything that's going on. I'm going to be really busy over the next few months with a lot of the students, but at least the minimum you guys can do is get active on the Closers University socials, the YouTube channels, the Instagram, and really take in the content that I'm going to be sharing. I want you to look at the coaching, look at the training as if I'm talking directly to you guys. I'm sitting in the room and I'm talking only to you. You want to really take yourself and run with the information and make it your own. Write down the takeaways. I want you to be leaving your takeaways in the comment section. So not only are you learning, you're repeating what you're learning, but others are also seeing what you're learning. And believe it or not, before you know it, people will start noticing your name. The only reason why people don't know you and you haven't been hired, because people don't know you. But guess what? The more they see you active on the Closers University, and I'm telling you, this is going to be a household name. I promise you. And look, the only reason I want it to be is for you guys. I want people to know that, hey, this person has been trained, has been managed, has been coached and developed within the Closers University community. We're not here to just faff around or play around or whatever. We're here to change our family tree. We're here to make a difference. And that's what I want for you guys. So look, in closing, everyone is going to win in the Closers University so long as you give it all.